Okay, well, now on that note, um, I first want to talk about the times that we're in with this coronavirus and all these things. There has been so many changes in people's lifestyles, being at home, working at home, some to work at all, and they're worried about their finances. Parents that now have their children at home, there's all these distractions. And then there are those that are alone and have to deal with loneliness and depression. And this was myself because the virus broke out, and a week later, my husband Marty had to go to California to work with my son and his business. And so I was here in Tennessee in the mountains by myself for 3.5 weeks. And I just kept praying to the Lord, Lord, just supply the time. Supply the time, Lord. I want to have my time with you and supply the time for my husband and my son while they're working. And so, but I would drive in on Mondays to my church to give my tithe. And I went in on a Monday, and my pastor, Pastor Scott, prayed over me, and it was just such a release. Because I was, it's not fun to be in this by yourself. So thank you, Pastor Scott, for that. But in this, I believe in all of it. Everyone is watching way too much television, and we're getting drawn into the world, myself included. Remember, we're in the world, but we're not of it, right? But in these times of uncertainty, people are asking, how do we know we're making right decisions in life? And what should I do, or where should I go? And on and on and on. How do we hear God's voice in all of this? We know the voice of God, but we must be careful not to listen to other voices. And there are other voices. I believe those are the voices of the flesh or fleshly desires, and of course the voice of the enemy. But we can train our ear to recognize the voice of God above all else. By practice, by reason of use, that we are able to discern whether we can hear from God or from our fleshly